Hi, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for December 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Monday through Thursday. Now, if you're new to the channel or if you like to cross-watch and you don't want to watch the introduction, which this is, and will be tagged onto all of the readings, then just go right down there. I should have updated the timestamp, so that should just bypass me completely, or at least this part. Now, I hope you will watch it at least once, though, because I try to put some good information. And again, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Holy Spirit, and let whatever comes through come through. Now, I'm going to go and talk a little bit before we get into the cards. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the skies. I do have this posted on my website, in my blogs, but we do have some interesting stuff happening. December 20th. Remember, we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde on December 29th. So we do have that very anything can happen type of energy going on. Mercury has a lot to do with electronics, has to do with messages. So, it has to do with people coming back in. I feel Mercury, when it goes retrograde, it tries to clean up some of the mess. Sometimes it makes a little bit more of a mess before you can clean it up. If you've ever had to clean out your garage, you understand what I'm saying about it before things can get organized. I think Mercury helps to work with karmic energy. When we're in the retrograde time, karmic energy gets resolved, or it works towards resolution. How's that? So we have other things going on. This December 20th through the 23rd, and actually, through the 29th, is going to have some strong energies. We have on the 20th, Jupiter, which has been going back and forth between between Aries and Pisces. Well, now it's leaving Pisces for good, and it's going into Aries, and then it's going to stay in Aries. It's going to transition in and out of that too, but right now it is going into Aries. It is going to be very focused energy. This is a really strong time to write down your goals, okay? Write down the things you want to happen and be persistent. This is the time, just be persistent. I really get this persistent energy here. It's like, every day, put it out there, okay? Because Aries is fire energy, so it's very passionate burning, and Jupiter, is the planet of good fortune. Every day, be like that little drop of water that just keeps hitting that rock until you make a really big indent. Okay, so that's the 20th, 9:33 a.m. The 21st, we have the winter's solstice, or that's for the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere has the summer solstice. These are those times where, there's a lot of metaphysical energy going on around solstices. So this is again a time to put it out there. Drop. I know I'm going to be for drop, with that water. Just keep putting it in there. Sun is entering Capricorn, Earth energy, at 4:59 p.m. on the 21st. So we have winter solstice. We have the sun going into Capricorn. So Capricorn is the Earth, so it is about your money, job, career, very tangible energy. There is Capricorns are workhorses. I know that all of us can have this part about us, but Capricorns, they get things done when they set their mind to it. They have to set their mind to it. Capricorn is squaring with Jupiter, and that day also. Now, squaring has a little bit of a, kind of a little bit of a rub. It's like that little piece of sand in an oyster that can become that pearl. So it's kind of like saying, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. So it's kind of irritating to each other. But because of that irritation, there's a little bit kind of a competition. It's like, well, we're going to get this done. Now, the 22nd, we have Venus in Capricorn trining with Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus. Again, two earth energies. And Venus, so there can be unexpected relationship energies. And remember, we also have the 29th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn, going retrograde itself in Capricorn. And when Mercury goes retrograde, which we are in that shadow, many things can happen with relationships. A lot of times that's about, old relationships coming back into our lives. There can be some just really big insights about relationships. Mercury is about electronics. It's about messages. It's a very I don't want to say fluid because it's not. You don't want to put fluids with Mercury. It's a very electric type of energy. So we are in a time when anything can happen, and I do feel when Mercury goes retrograde that there's a lot of karmic readjustment being offered or being done during this time. So we have that Venus. Now on the 23rd, we have the new moon in Capricorn at 5:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, the 20th through the 23rd, very strong energy, very much if there's something that's just not moving for you or not being put into place or just not, drip, drip, drip. You have to be persistent. Many times we don't get it on the first try, sometimes not even on the second, sometimes not on the 99th, but then that 100th time comes. And then our wounded warrior, Chiron, goes direct. So there's, I'm not really an expert with the wounded hero, the wounded warrior, Chiron, except that there's a lot of self-sacrificing with Chiron, and it's been going retrograde, so now it's going to go direct. So I would say between the 20th through the 23rd is going to be very strong energies, and then we look at our numbers. We have December, which is the 12th month. We have the 20th, so we have a lot of that 2 energy, changes, decisions, coming together. So on December 22nd, 2022, we've got all those 2s. That has to mean something. So very interesting energies going on right now. Now, for the readings, I am going to be using my Radley Valentine decks. I will be using my Archangel Power Tarot cards and my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. I will be using my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies. Okay, and there's the Frances Monroe and Judy Mastrangelo, and my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I will also, just because I was doing this, I was doing some videos, product reviews or card reviews. I don't know what we're going to do with this per se, but for this time, we're going to use the Angel Answers Oracle cards. I do have a little problem with the Angel Answers, is that it doesn't always give you the answer you want it to. So isn't that how life is? So let's see. Now, so that's what we're going to do in the main readings. But for right now, I am going to be using my Rider-Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Osha Zen Tarot cards. Remember what I said earlier. These are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like. Leave the rest. And again, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Source, Holy Spirit, and, let them take the show. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Holy Father, what do we have coming? We have this one jumping. Remember, cards that are reversed, to me, I believe they have stronger, pay attention energy. So let's see what we have. So the first one that jumped is the Fool, a new beginning, a new start. Believe. It may not necessarily look positive. It may not look the way you want it to be, but just believe. But it is a new journey. It is a new start. So let's see what else we might have here. One more shuffle. Oh, and here we go. And we come to the Page of Swords. All right, so that one fell on the floor. Let's see. How about one more? What else do we have? One other card. One other card. So there is some challenges. What's going on? This has, okay, let's go on. Let's just see what we've got here. Okay. So cards fall out. They want to be read. They want to be seen. The first one we have here is, again, reversed. This is a 0. This is a God source number, so there is something very divine with this. I know 7 is a divine number, but this is a, like you're being put on this path for a reason. You are here at this time for a reason. And if you follow me, I believe that the people that follow here we're basically all light workers. We're all, healers in some ways. There's a divine, we're on a divine journey in many, many ways, and we come together to be encouraged. You encourage me, I encourage you. So the fool doesn't necessarily look to where he's going, but the fool believes that everything will be fine. The sun is shining on the fool. The fool, is, kind of in a little bit of a dangerous position if he's to continue moving forward that direction. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to. The fool just has a love of life, and the fool is, has a lot of faith and a lot of belief, knows that wherever the fool is going will be the right direction, even if there's some hard times for the fool. So something for this week, there's a new direction happening. Now we come to the Page of Swords. Now this is Major Arcana, which is more universal energy. This is Minor, which is more your day-to-day. Now the Court cards have a dual energy. Pages themselves have, their underlying energy is that earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We're going in, we're having a lot of that Capricorn energy right now. We're going into that Capricorn time. Money, job, career, tangible energy. So that has that earth, that's really grounded energy. Swords is that air energy. That is your Aquarius, your Gemini, and your Libra. And we've been talking about Aquarius and Gemini having Saturn in Aquarius and Mars in Gemini. So that is your air energy. That is your thought processes. That's thinking things through, making some plans. Also could be about hearing news. Okay? So the Page of Swords has this really, maybe hearing news about money, hearing news or, about a new job, kind of this, things are in the air energy. The Page of Swords is not necessarily as focused as what he should be because he's very enthusiastic. So he's kind of like jumping ahead of himself. He's one of these energies that just wants to kind of get there. Doesn't necessarily see the roadblocks, isn't really taking time to think things through, but that's okay. That's okay, because he's got this Fool energy next to him that's saying everything's going to be okay. The Page of Swords does bring about challenges. It's new challenges, new possibilities, but it's okay, because the Fool energy next to him is like saying, come on, we're going to get through this. Let's do this. Your next card we have is the 9 of Fire. So 9 has an energy, so we have a 0990. 9 has an energy of let's wrap it up. We've got this. You just stand firm. Fire energy is our Aries. Again, Jupiter going into Aries. It's also our Leo. It's also our Sagittarius, and we're transitioning from Sagittarius to Capricorn. And again, passionate, burning, very committed energy here. Now, this 9 of rods or wands, some people call it either one, is basically, you can see he's been beat up a little bit. And I don't mean that somebody's jumped. It's just life has given him, this is somebody that has learned from the school of hard knocks, okay? But he is still standing firm. He is not backing down. So whatever's going on between the Fool and the Page, the 9 of Fire kind of tells them, hey, just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't back down. Don't give in. You've earned your right. You are now, you are where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to go backwards. So interesting stuff with that. Now, the one card we did not talk about, the one energy, is our cups or our water, which is our Cancer, which Pisces, and our Scorpio energy. Remember, Scorpio is in the southern, or the southern node is in Scorpio right now, so that is about the past, clearing up the past. And we have, we have Jupiter, which is leaving Pisces to go into into Aries. Now remember, that's not changing a direction, that's just moving on. So it is going at its normal pace. So let's see, with Osha Zen Tarot, is there anything else? So whatever this is, there is something that's new and exciting happening. It may be a little bit unbelievable. There's a lot of God source energy here. You have to believe, even if you feel like it's not, like you're not necessarily on steady ground. The page is basically kind of saying, yes, there is a new start, a new beginning. Think things through. There's going to be challenges. So it's not necessarily an easy week per se. There are challenges to this week. And then the Nine of Rods is going to say you need to just keep firm. You need to stay focused. You need to keep moving. You don't go backwards. Do not go backwards. Okay? Don't retreat. And again, I'm really getting, he has been through the school of hard knocks. So let's see, with the Osha Zen Tarot, God source energy, what would you have? Okay. Guilt. So we have an 8, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. And then we have this woman, or could be a man, but generally more of a feminine energy. Just, oh my gosh, the thoughts. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I supposed to do? Have I done right? So whatever's going on here is really bringing up a lot of upset. It's really bringing up a lot of, what have I been doing? What have I played into this? So there could be, remember with that Mercury brings revelations. We're not necessarily in the retrograde, but we're getting closer and closer to the retrograde. So it does bring revelations to us, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was happening. I can't believe this is happening. And what part did I play in any of this? So it's an interesting energy. I mean, we have this one that's all these possibilities, not necessarily easy, but not necessarily hard. We always have to remember that God's source is guiding us and putting us on this journey. We have to stay firm. And then we get this guilt card. The guilt card, too, though, is about letting go. I mean, you cannot move forward. You cannot move forward if you're stuck in guilt. Okay? Think of guilt as like one of those really sticky spider webs. And we've all seen movies. Well, we've seen movies where we get, where the hero or the heroine or whoever the main character is, even the bad guy gets stuck in gets stuck in their web, the web of deceit, the web. So there's something about this. We cannot move forward if we stick in, if we're stuck in guilt. I'm always talking that fear is a tool of the devil. Well, guilt is another tool, and it just doesn't let you move on if you get stuck in this energy. So this is more universal. So this is what's going on. There's lots of movement happening. We can't get stuck in guilt. We can face it. And then, we can apologize. We can say, yes, that happened. We can acknowledge, but we cannot get stuck in it. If you can't make a change to it, if you can't change the past, but we can learn from the past and we can move on. So, and these are all about moving on. This is saying, don't go back. Don't go back. Guilt, acknowledge it, move on. Okay, so interesting stuff for this week. I'm sorry that I'm on the later side, but I have actually had some a Christmas miracle in many ways. So maybe I'll talk about that on my blog. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something about it. But yes, our garage door came not completely, but it came off of its hinges. And if you've ever had that happen, it's interesting. But again, too, God's source came through, and within, I think, an hour, hour and a half, it was all resolved. And so again, I look at those as Christmas miracles. All right, so please take time to do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. We have hit 26,000 and we're staying there. Because like I said, normally it kind of goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, but we're staying there and we are growing. So thank you to all. We're in this together and we're here to support each other. I hope I support you and help you, and I know that you do the same for me. So let's get started on our readings. Hello, my Libras. So, are you going on an adventure? I feel like we have an adventurous spirit happening for my Libras, which is always good. It doesn't mean you have to leave the house. It doesn't mean you have to leave anywhere. But I want you to just really let your mind wander a little bit. Think of all the possibilities. So, let's see, because this is a special, oh, okay. This is a special time, and you know, the change in the season, the change in the solstice, or the solstice making a change. We've got that new moon. Again, be adventurous. Be adventurous. Now, we also have that Mercury in retrograde shadow right now, and that a lot of times brings the past into your life. So, I just feel like I want you to at least let your thoughts wander a little bit. Let your thoughts, I don't know, I want to be a little bit more adventurous. The possibilities, there's so much possibilities out there. Okay, higher power, what do we have for our Libras that you would like them to know? Here we go. Well, one of the things is, and again, this has a big piece of Mercury retrograde, or even if we're in the shadow, is revisiting the past. So we have a 6 as the number of man. It's the energies you put into something. Raphael is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now remember that the South Node is in Scorpio, and that's dealing a lot with, you know, and it's going to be there. It's going to be there for what, a couple, 5 more months, I think, 4 or 5 more months. And it's about resolving past issues, okay? The South Node is about history and resolving past issues. Mercury retrograde brings a lot of that energy also to you. The 6 of Raphael is an emotional energy. It is an energy where you're looking kind of into that past. Again, you know, I try to say to you, if you live too much in your past, you're prone for depression, and if you live too much in your future, you're prone to anxiety. That's why it's really good for you to be in your present. However, sometimes, many times over, the past intrudes in your presence. And I would say that something from your past is coming. It's not necessarily you. This is a nostalgic card. I'm not necessarily feeling like you're very nostalgic, though somebody might come in and say, oh, remember when, remember when, remember when. And so this might be something where you have, we have holidays coming up, and so there's a lot of family and get-togethers and things like that. So maybe there's going to be that part of you that is letting go in order for you to move forward, or it's that part of you that just kind of reminisces, not reminiscence, so reminisces. And, so this might be a time of looking back. Remember when, remember when. Embrace your inner child, new friends, or rekindled relationships, children, or childhood. Your next card is the 10 of Ariel, family, home. 10s are transitional energies, 1 new beginning, 0 God source energy. Ariel is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Money, job, career, home energy here. Attitude of gratitude here. So there's a lot of reminiscing, and maybe it's bringing you to a point where you look at your life and say, you know what, maybe it's not so bad. Maybe, I've done really a good job of getting through, of getting to this place. There's a sense of, again, attitude of gratitude. So there's something just kind of like maybe looking back on your path, on your travels, looking back at the hurdles you've had to get through. So there's a sense of reminiscent. There's a sense of gratitude together. It's like really There's this thought, this is a time of looking back and feeling like, okay, I'm stronger than I thought I was. I've shown more courage than I thought I did. And in many ways, I'm blessed more than I even know. Okay, so there is this sense of this going on here, but it's not necessarily without a little bit of I don't want to say doubt. There's not a sense of, well, maybe I could have done better. There's self-criticism or self-critiquing going on at the same time. Focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. Even though a lot of times the Six of Raphael is about, rose-colored glasses, and it has that type of energy here. Focus on the positive and focus on the things that were the right decisions. So there's a lot of reminiscing here. There is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement. A rich and rewarding family life. So a lot of travel energy through the time period here. Anyway, let's go on. Last card is the Sun. So we have a 610. So 610191 again, new beginning. 10, we know 0, God source energy. 9, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. Archangel Uriel brings light to dark. Shines the light, shows the secrets. The Sun has a lot of Leo energy. There is a lot of positive energy happening. So this is actually, a lot of this is, regardless of what you've gone through, my Libras, you're in a much better place than where you've been. Okay? And there's a sense of, okay, I have to acknowledge that. It doesn't mean, again, I get this sense of adventure. I get this sense of wanting more, and that is okay to have. But in order to want more, you have to come to an acceptance of where you're at also. So a lot of nostalgia, a lot of reminiscence here, looking back at your life, kind of. And again, you don't. When I say looking back, you don't have to be my age. You can be in your 40s. You can be in your 20s. You can be in your teens. And just looking at lessons and just kind of saying, okay, I'm okay with who I am. Because then the Sun comes out and says the same thing. So it's a reminiscent type of energy for you this week. Life is wonderful. Thrive through the power of positive thinking and inspiring success. So you wouldn't be able to move forward without what you've learned from this past. Okay, let's see. Interesting. Very, I don't know. Yes, just very reminiscent, just thinking things past, kind of sighing a little bit, kind of looking at old love letters, kind of looking at, old pictures. And the thing is, remember, don't stay there. Remember, you need to come and recognize where you're at now, too. So, okay, and that card just flew out. So let's see what we have here. It is face down on the floor. Let's see what we've got. 6 of Thought. Now, it's interesting with this because this is the past and this is the future. This is the past, or past to present, and now it's like, and it might even be that you have to come to terms with your past. You have to come to terms with what's happened in your life. And I will tell you that whenever I'm making a transition, whenever there's that sense of more coming, and again, I have to come to terms and be kind of like, okay, I'm ready for this. I am grateful for where I've been. I'm grateful for where I am, and I am now ready for this. So then we come to this 6 of Thought. So 6 again, same energy, or the same meaning. Thought is our air energy. It is our Aquarius. It is our Gemini. It is our Libra energy, thinking things through. So peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see that your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. So it's kind of like you have to make terms with what your decisions. You have to make terms with where you're at. You have to look at the positive energies, the positive resolutions. You have to come to terms. And then because you come to terms, the sun comes out and you're now, the storms have passed. You can now see your destination. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyway, I don't have to understand it. I just have to deliver it. Okay, let's see what we've got here now. This is inspirational wisdom. So from the fairies and angels, angels and fairies, what do you have for our Libras? What else do we have for our Libras? Libra, 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 Libra. Libras, Libras. Here we go. Reversed. 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 Guardian of the sun and moon. Okay, we have a new moon coming. No, garden of the sun and moon. Yeah, I might need to get new glasses. Okay. The change you seek may be outside your comfort zone. Ask for the strength to help you move forward. Okay. Have you been living too much in that past? Too comfortable in that past? There's more. There's more ahead. Okay, what crystal or energy is there for my Libras? And this is a week of, so the energies are saying it's kind of like come to resolution of your past, and there's more to come, so get ready to move forward. All right, so ask for the strength. I don't necessarily know I like strength. Remember I told you ask for patience, you're always made to wait. You ask for courage, you're put in battles. You ask for strength, oh my gosh. You just have, you just have to keep moving forward. Just ask to move forward. How about that? Okay? Okay, what crystal or energy do we have for our Libras that will help them through this time, this week? Because it's not bad. It's just coming to terms with where you're at and getting the courage and the strength to move to something better. Or not better, to move to a new path. How's that? Anyway, let's see what we've got here. Moonstone. Well, we have that new moon. Female fertility, calming emotions, attracting new love, growth. Love that. Okay, I'm going to use my oracle cards. These are kind of yes, no's. The blue gives us a little more yes, no's. The mustard one kind of, I think maybe that's the time frame. The whatever we want to call this gives us more of angel wisdom, angel advice. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So again, this is going to be for fun. When I asked my questions, they did not give me the answers I wanted them to do. Might have given me what I needed, but not what I wanted. So, ask your questions, my Libras. Let's see what we have here. Let's see what we've got going on for my Libras. My Libras. Again, this is fun. If you're asking, should you quit your job tomorrow? Only if you have another. And if it says yes, only if you have another job that you really want. Okay? Okay, let's see what we've got going. I like to cut it into threes. And da-da-da-da. Ask for help from others. Let me know, did that answer your question? Okay, my Libras, it was fun. You can tell me if that worked or not, or what that meant to you. Okay, my Libras, take that moment to do the like, share, subscribe, and clicking on the bell for notifications. It really helps, and thank you. As always, my Libras, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.